And
Do you feel more for your kids too?
um,
Because of what you're learning about the world the last 10 years?
I try and actually tell them things that my parents didn't tell me. You know, that you're really lucky and that you should serve more. And the world is not like that for everybody, because I truly thought the world was like that for everybody. And so, that's where I've landed. I feel obligated that I would love it if everyone could see the world how I see it, where it's like opportunity and love and all of that stuff. But I know there's, people listening right now who are having a rotten time. And I hope that these chats are surrogates, to help them, like a movie does sometimes. It helps you not have to stay in your own thoughts. But I really think that they should do more than just entertain you. They should give you tools to get up and move forward to something you're interested in, I think
that's the secret, I think.
But that's
because I always thought, because when I was listening to your old podcast, Please Blow My Mind, like you struck me as a guy that always wanted to know what the secret of life is, and then which made me think of that too. I was like, man, this guy's wanting to know. I want to know too, So I'm trying to figure it out as I'm going along, and I'm doing the podcast too, talking to people. At the same time, I'm still trying to figure it out.
100%.
And what I've got out of it was, I think we just need to do what we love. I mean, that's the main. To me, I can't see any other way.
Yeah.
Like, we have to find out what we love and do it.
Yeah, but you have to take it deadly serious. It has to be all on the line for that thing. So it's real confronting questions, because what do you love? Or, like I've tried to put in my framework, what are you good at that others find hard but you find easy? And then chase it.
Is that how you know what you love? That thing.
I think that is how I would describe it. Because love is like a little bit like mixed up with how you feel about someone else. When we talk about love, it's I have love for somebody. But like you say, you love basketball. The questions are what exactly about it do you love? Do you love seeing someone else get their swish? Do you love getting it over somebody else? Do you love the fact that there's people together? Do you love a mixture of things? And I think if you can isolate it down and tie that together with someone pay for it, then you will love exactly what you do, you know? And I think that I'm trying to not sound like a dick in terms of, I don't know if this is true. I just hope it to be true.
So I think it is true.
Yeah. Well,
I believe it's true.
I hope so, because otherwise I'm wasting my 40s.
I also think that New Zealand's a small market and such a small country. Not many people. The opportunities will be, but a lot less than other countries. Let's say you're in America or something, or Australia even.
Yeah.
It's like there's ways, but you got to figure it out. It's but harder than anywhere else, just because it's a small market here.
That's right. So you have to actually work a bit harder to find your value, or have a few offerings, like if I can successfully do podcasts for government agencies and private business, maybe in America you could just pick one or the other, and I might have to do some online stuff and create a couple small businesses, But I believe it to be true. The people I've surrounded myself with would say it's true. And, I interviewed a doctor of psychology. So there's this lady, and Alia Buzhalova is her name. She was the psychologist for the SAS in the army.
Okay, yeah.
And she was, I guess, I didn't really know what they talked about, but I guess some really gnarly stuff, how to be the best of the best of the best. And I asked her to come and talk about hope with me and optimism. She said one of the things you have to realize is when you pick your North Star or start chasing the thing you love, the closer you get to an area, you don't just arrive the will you are now, the person you are now. You arrive with all the things you've learnt, you know, and then you can take your next step. And that's different to wishing, you know. She framed it like, you hope that, she said to me, you hope, Will, that you will be able to provide for your family with your business. And now you will try and influence that to be true. But in 5 years, if we come back and say, did it work? You won't be the same Will. You will be the Will, or you'll be the person you are then with all of the tools you learn. So whatever road you go down from there, you kind of, that's the hope bit. You hope you'll have tools to be able to play what's in front of you. She said, toxic wishing is hoping you have an awesome job in 5 years and not doing anything about it. So that's the guts, that's the courage part. And I'm trying to arm myself with as much of that. So
that reminds me of like in basketball, you're in the final game and you take the last shot. Like before you took the last shot, you're not scared to take that last shot because everything you did in the past, all the trainings or your experience led up to this one moment, you take that shot.
Yeah,
you take it with you. All what you've learned, you take it with you.
We only feel anxious because we haven't put in the work. But there's a scene in the movie Air where he looks at, I think it's not a true historical thing, but Matt Damon's character is watching Jordan. Yeah. And he says, he's not even the guy. The coach knew that he was great. Yeah. And he built this whole strategy around, you know, look at Jordan. He's just standing there. He knew
he was going to take the shot.
He knew, and he knew he'd get it, you know. And so I think Jordan, he is a great example of do something that you find easy and others find hard. And then will people pay money for it? Hell yeah. I mean, that's the gamble though, eh? Just because you think you find it easy and find it hard, I guess the market will tell you by their pay towards you or not. You know, it's a confusing too, because if you look at it on paper, none of us in New Zealand are successful at podcasts because none of our stuff ever goes viral. And I've grappled with that for years, you know. What does it mean to be a successful podcaster? Probably being someone like Joe Rogan. What does that take? Thousands of downloads.
I think he gets downloads all over the world. So maybe that's the sort of, maybe the barrier is New Zealand and you got to actually get past New Zealand and go to Australia.
Or you start your own podcast studio and you call yourself a professional podcaster because you have the skills. You just have to help other people with those skills. Joe doesn't because he's got enough coming in, you know. But, you know, I get to call myself professional podcaster because people pay me to help them make podcasts. And I'm like, that's all I wanted, to be a podcaster. And I actually am not too proud to say I don't care how I get there. You know, I'm okay getting 100 views on my stuff and a few hundred views on my podcast because over time, that's okay. You know, I'll have, like you, a catalog that we can upload to AI and then it will remember us forever.